Hi there, Joan Kosmachuk, your seasonal color, style, and confidence coach. And I want to talk to you today about one of those kind of myths that's going around color analysis circles, which is, oh, have a color palette done and shopping will be so much easier. And what I'm hearing from clients, whether they're my own or have had their color done elsewhere, is, oh, it's the opposite. Now shopping is so much harder because I can't find my colors. And so I want to talk to you about just, you know, what we mean when we say that shopping will be easier for you once you have your color palette done. Really, it at its basic place is that shopping is going to be like taking a friend along with you who says, no, that color is no good for you. So you have your color palette, you've got your colors with you, and you're going to be able to put that on the piece of clothing and say, is this my color or isn't it? Because sometimes, we get into a store, we forget, is that my color? I'm not sure. Is maybe it's not clear enough, maybe it's a little too muted. I need to check. So you have your color fan or your color card or whatever you have, and you're going to be able to lay that on the garment and determine whether or not this color is ideal for you. So that's really helpful when you're first getting used to your colors and you haven't seen yourself in these colors a lot. You don't know always how to find them in store. So it's like having a friend who says, yep, that's your exact color. And that in that way, it can be very, very helpful. But I certainly hear you and understand that it can be super frustrating when you go into store after store after store and you can't find anything in your colors. My husband loves shopping with me now because I'm very quick. I can tell. I have a quite a stiff criteria, right, for shopping. So I walk into a store and I can tell at a glance, is there anything here in my color? Is there clothing here that matches my seasonal line of design? Is there clothing here that works for my body signature? If the answer is no, and there's no accessories I'm looking for, then I just turn around and exit. And that makes it really quick to go and find my things because I'm only looking very targeted for my colors, for my seasonal line of design, and for my body signature. So in that way, it helps you to be really focused in on your shopping. And what is the benefit of that? Well, you save a lot of money because you're not buying things you don't need. You save a lot of time because you're not trying on a bunch of stuff and finding, oh, I don't like that. That color looks terrible. That doesn't fit my, work for my body. You kind of have all of those rules, guidelines for you to go in and to know to find exactly what you need. So that's really helpful. Also, when we shopped in the past, often we had a lot of buyer's remorse. So we'd buy something, we'd wear it because it was new and it was exciting. And after a couple of wears, maybe a month or two, we would suddenly start to really see how we looked in that garment. And it's like, this is not so flattering on me, or maybe this color doesn't really do much for me, and I don't feel good in this garment anymore. And so we would set it aside. And a lot of people started hating shopping because of that. We like that shot of dopamine that we get when we buy something, we feel terrific in it. And if we buy something and we regret buying it and we feel like we've wasted our money, then it starts to actually have the opposite effect. So that when we think about shopping, we think about that, disappointment, and we think, I'd rather not shop because I'm just going to end up hating myself for spending the money on stuff I don't need. So that is one of the things that once you start to shop and you have success and you feel terrific in the garments that you purchase, then shopping is going to become much more fun. Also, many of us do a lot of shopping online now. And so having your color palette helps you to be able to zero in on what you're looking for in that huge, overwhelming number of options online. So if you're looking for a olive green, or you're looking for a soft peach cashmere sweater, or you're looking for a sage green or a muted blue, you're able to kind of dial in with more specific language around the color. Doesn't mean that manufacturers will always get it right, but you'll start to see options coming up that will, some of them hit the mark and some of them miss the mark, but it will give you a little bit more of a way to kind of narrow down those options. And You can learn to see when will your colors be more likely to be in store. If you are a spring or a soft summer, then your colors are probably going to be more readily available in the spring and the summer. And then you'll be able to take advantage of the sales in the fall. If you are a autumn or a darker summer, your colors are probably going to come into store in September and be there through February, and then you're going to be able to take advantage of the off-season sales in the spring. And if you're a winter, you lucky ducks, you'll probably find your colors are almost always in store, at least some of them, because we tend to cater to those winter pure colors, the colors that are just brighter and more vibrant, and maybe the blacks and the whites as well. And if you are a winter who can wear black and white, you're going to find your colors all year round. So lucky for you. But it does help, again, to know when to shop for what. And so I, for example, in the fall and the winter, when my colors are not in store, I am going to be shopping for things like accessories, maybe shoes. It's a good time for me to look for hats or scarves or mittens, gloves, handbag, maybe a coat. Those are going to be opportunities for me to find my color in some of those other types of things that I need in my wardrobe that I can still find. Even things like nail polish and makeup, that's the time of year where I'm going to look for that. Maybe for lingerie or for nightwear or for a bathing suit. I can check resort wear. I'm going to be able to find my things that I need for summer in my colors, even in January. So you start to think about how and when can I shop and what do I shop for at what time of year. It's very targeted and focused, and that's why we say it makes shopping easier, especially once you get onto it and you really start to figure out, hey, when am I going to find what and when and where? Special occasions are something that come up and we're like, we can't decide to shop necessarily for a wedding or a graduation or a black tie event. Maybe in the season that's ideal for us because we didn't even know until a month ago that we were going to have this special event. But that's when you can take the opportunity to look at bridal stores who still have a vast array of colors because they're doing very personalized, colors for brides who want all their bridesmaids, in particular shade. And so you will find that there's mother of the bride dresses or wedding guest dresses or cocktail dresses or party dresses that are being sold through bridal stores that have just a wonderful array of colors. And you can even get pantsuits. So there's lots of options for you if you do have a special occasion and you can't find your colors in the department store at this particular time. Also, I would highly encourage you to consider both for our environment as well as for your pocketbook, shopping thrift and secondhand stores, both in person and online. You'll find that on eBay, for example, and we have a whole course about this. I'll put the link in the comments below, but you will be able to find on eBay, new with tags, garments that were maybe on sale last season when brown was in vogue, even though this year you can't find brown to save your life, or maybe your particular shade of pink was available and it's no longer available, and you're like, oh, it used to be everywhere and now I can't find it. Well, you might still be able to find it on eBay or in a consignment store or other stores that offer secondhand clothing. So that's a really great option as well. And lastly, I would say if you have the opportunity to go to a fabric store and hunt for your colors in gorgeous fabrics, sometimes we find that fabric store selections are not as amazing as they used to be, depending where you live. If you're just dealing with a small fabric store in your area, you might find like, oh, it's really hard to find good fabrics in my colors. But don't overlook some of the designer stores for like drapery and upholstery fabrics. While they won't all work, a lot of them do have some wonderful fabrics, cottons that are just beautiful in a very wide range of colors. You might find some silk du piane, that would normally be sold by them, or chiffon for drapery, but it will work just as well to have a beautiful outfit made up. So if you're a sewer yourself, or if you want to have someone tailor make a garment for you that would be absolutely perfect in your colors and just like, fitted to you like the celebrities do, then don't overlook looking for your colors in fabric stores, because that is another great place to find them. And also, there's a lot of customization options out there. There are companies now that will dye clothes for you. So if you buy things in white, um, often this is great if you need like larger sizes, and there's very limited color options with some of the larger sizes, but white is everywhere. Then buy white and have those, clothes dyed. Either dye them yourself or have someone professionally dye them for you. The same, you can have shoes dyed, you can have leather dyed. There's lots of possibilities if you really are determined to dress in your very best colors. You'll find that just a little bit of research is going to help you to find those colors, find ways to get those colors, and to really build your wardrobe out so that it's completely supporting you. So, is shopping for your clothes easier after you have your color palette done? Well, maybe not easier, but definitely it brings a greater reward, because you'll have a wonderful wardrobe of clothes that really do um, work beautifully for you. And it is 100% worth the hunt. Hope that inspired you to go shopping and find your colors. Don't give up. It will be well worth it in the end.